The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
It will be interesting to know how Manchester United season will end after the 2024-2025 English Premier League season. Currently, Manchester United finds themselves 13th on the table. And you would as well say that it is a huge task that Ruben Amorim will have to do at the club just after the loss against Nottingham Forest last weekend. Well, according to what Ruben Amorim has said, he said there's a lot of things that needs to be changed. He hasn't found his players yet, and you would as well say that it could take him about a transfer window or 2 or even 3 to get Manchester United exactly back to where they used to be. So many people have been talking about the fact that United will still have to endure a lot of story things still to come. Do you believe that United will scale through, or do you even think they will finish this season at the top 4? Maybe not top 4. Or what about Europe? Are they going to be in the Conference League by next season? These are the questions that Manchester United fans are asking themselves right about now. Welcome to another edition of the Insured Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Insured. Of course, I'm your host. My name is Tim, the Sports Soccer, and we are right here again to give you our top picks on the show for today. Remember, this is proudly brought to you by Bet Insured. So for those of you that might be wondering exactly what is Bet Insured, well, Bet Insured is a prediction website that actually offers fantastic and accurate prediction. We're the number 1 prediction website in the world. Quote me anywhere. We're the number 1 when it comes to giving accurate prediction any day, anytime. You can visit our website at www.betinsured.com, and then you see for yourself all the arrays of categories that we've got in the market. If you want correct score predictions, we got it right there. If you want big odds predictions, and as well, if you want someone to also manage your predictions for you, someone to be like your guide for predictions every day, all the options are right there. So visit Bet Insured today at www.betinsured.com. So let's get back into the show definitely. Before we move on, let's check out our predictions from last week. Trust me, our predictions from last week are absolutely tasty. You know what? I'm not just going to be saying this. Let's go check it out and let's see how we fared. So now into our predictions from last week. Let's quickly look at how it is. From the Italian Serie A, remember the predicted a game involving Atalanta and AC Milan, the game that was played last week, Friday. So looking at how our prediction fared on that one, I'm glad to let you know as well that our prediction of both teams to score in the full time was accurate as the game ended 2-1. And guess what? We also predicted a 2-1 correct score, which also was on point. Trust me, it is hard for you to see any prediction website that will give you a correct or almost close to accurate correct score prediction. So that is why I'll tell you, Bet Insured, we are absolutely the best when it comes to this game. All right, looking at our expert prediction of the game involving Atalanta and AC Milan, we predicted an over 3.5 cards as well as an over 22.5 fouls. And it is surprising that that game ended with 27 fouls. That is 13 to Atalanta and 14 to AC Milan. But of those 27 fouls, the referee decided to only give 3 yellow cards in that game. And you ask yourself, what exactly is going on with Italian Serie A? We know that league to be some kind of rough and, all this, physical leagues and everything like that. But of course, the over 3.5 cards did not materialize, but our over 22.5 fouls definitely was on point. So let's get into our next prediction from last week, which is Everton versus Liverpool. That game did not play because it was postponed due to a bad weather at the Merseyside. But of course, in the La Liga, we've got our prediction between Real Betis and Barcelona. This one also, it was a sweet one. The prediction of over 2.5 won as the game ended with 4 goals, 2 to Real Betis and 2 to Barcelona. And also our prediction of away over 1.5 goals was also on point. Barcelona scored 2 goals in that game, which also was a big goal. I think most of the bookmakers from last week had the odds for Barcelona to score 2 goals at about 1.50 and 1.60. So imagine if you're staked on this one. I'm sure definitely that you'll be smiling right now. Also, we had our expert prediction of away over 12.5 shots towards goal. If you ask me, I don't know why Barcelona are not really playing lots of shots anymore right now. Maybe you would say teams in La Liga are now gradually getting to understand Hansi Flick's style in the La Liga, knowing that when they come at them, when they are playing the eye line, it is so easy to also tame them when it comes to attacking wise. Barcelona finished that game against Real Betis with 9 shots, which is below what I expected from them as a team. But unfortunately, the over 12.5 shots towards goal for Barcelona did not materialize. But if you as well check out other predictions that we gave last week, you can as well say that those predictions were fantastic. We've got, text, we've got emails from people that have said, thank you so much, Bet and Short, for your predictions. And we've got positive remarks from everybody. So let me just quickly use this moment to say thank you so much to all of you that have been sharing our videos. We've seen them and we appreciate it so much. So I can as well say all our predictions from last week right here at the Enshore Zone was about 80% accurate. And that is why definitely there's nowhere else that you get fantastic predictions like that. Everyone that had been part are currently smiling to the bank right now. Someone told me they made millions. There are people that are cashing out week in, week out. But how about this week? Do you want to cash out this week? Do you want to smile to the bank this week? Then follow me as we get into our top predictions for this week.
Smile to the bank all the time with Bet Ensured. Choose Bet Ensured.
So now into the predictions for this week. Let's check out our top picks for this week. Don't forget, we're still right here on the Enshore Zone podcast, brought to you by Bet Ensured. And I'm still your host on the show. My name is Tim, the sports talker. All right, now starting into the first one that we go for you today in the English Premier League. Liverpool will be hosting Fulham tomorrow on Saturday. Liverpool has already seen Anfield as their fortress, not just this season, but over the years. About this season alone under Slot has been fantastic. Liverpool have been unbeaten in their last 17 games in all competitions. But will Fulham, give Liverpool a run for their money? Yes. Will they cause an upset? I'm not so sure. Will Liverpool get a win? I'm also still not sure. But one thing I am so sure is that when you want to say teams that are stubborn in the Premier League, you want to say Aston Villa, I want to say Brighton, you want to say Fulham. See, these teams are not trying to fight for the title, but they are just there to just frustrate you. They're just there to just make you feel, make you work for that 3 points. And Fulham is one of those teams. The likes of Calvin Bassey, Iwobi has been good, awesome for Fulham this season. He scored in last 3 games for them. And you would as well want to say that what a good job it is that Marco Silva is doing at that club. But in this game against Liverpool at the Anfield Stadium, I see Fulham also giving Liverpool a run for their money. So I would not be going for a win or a draw in this one. But one thing I am most certain about is that there will be a record for both teams to score in this game. So I'll be going for the full-time prediction of both teams to score with the correct score at 3-1 in favor of Liverpool because of the home factor and home advantage for Liverpool. With the expert prediction at over 8.5 corner kicks, we know that this fixture has produced lots and loads of corner kicks. In fact, in the last 5 meetings between Liverpool and Fulham, it has produced more than 10.5 corner kicks. That is more than 11 corner kicks has happened in these fixtures. So how about we go for another corner kick predictions yet again? So over 8.5 corner kicks for the expert prediction. Now, if you don't want to go for over 8.5 corner kicks, you can as well go for over 5 goalkeeper saves. So will Alisson be in goal tomorrow? I'm not so sure if he's fit enough or if that would come too soon for him. But Kalaya as well, I'm sure he must have learned from the mistake that he made against Newcastle United to give Fabian Schär the late equalizer in that game. But as well, Brian Leno is good. So they've got 2 fantastic goalkeepers. So I think there will be over 5 goalkeeper saves in that one. Of course, still in the English Premier League this weekend. Tomorrow, we have the biggest game for this weekend in the top flight in Europe. That is the Manchester derby. Manchester City versus Manchester United. The noisy neighbors versus who? Who are we going to call Man United? Is it? Okay, I think it was Ferguson that said Man City were the noisy neighbors. So who are now the noisy neighbors now? Man City have won back-to-back Premier League titles, 4 in a row. Manchester United cannot even remember the last time they won the Premier League title. But anyways, it is starting to look like Man United are now the ones that are the noisy neighbors right now. But of course, if you want to look at the current form for both sides, they're not really in good form. Man City drew against Crystal Palace 2-2 at the Selhurst Park, which they could have actually lost, courtesy of that beautiful performance by Ruben Diaz. A couple of good blocks he had in that game. But for Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, someone said Amorim came to Man United thinking it was going to be an easy something, just a paper talk and everything. Man United had a draw against Ipswich Town, went to Bodo Glimt to win in the Europa League, and they had another win in the next game. But against Nottingham Forest, they thought it was going to be the same, but Nottingham Forest had a different idea. They lost 3-2. And that exposed lots of things that needs to still be done by Manchester United. So Ruben Amorim still has a lot of things to do at this club. But let's focus on this game exactly. Manchester United versus Man City. I think in the last few years, this is the first time in a long time that we are seeing both sides coming together at the back end of a poor run of form. I saw something online as well. Someone says this might be the first time that we are seeing a team play against each other and both of them will lose. Although it's not possible, but that is how bad Manchester City's form and Manchester United's form has been. But in this fixture, somehow you still know that the bookmakers will favorite Manchester City to win this game. So for me, I still think right at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester United has no chance at all. If you look at the last 5 games, Manchester City have had the highest advantage. They have the highest wins. So will the same thing repeat itself in this encounter? I think so. But you know what? To be very, very safe, I'm not going to be going for a home win or draw or a away win or draw. I'll be going for goals. So which means I see lots of goals in this one. Over 2.5 goals for my full-time prediction. Over 2.5 goals for my full-time prediction. Also, I'll go for the correct score of 3-2 in the full-time. 3-2 in favor of Manchester City being at home. Man United will score. Why? Because Manchester City has got a really poor defense this time around. Kyle Walker is not up to par anymore. Akanji is now dropped to the bench. So Vardiol is not even nowhere to be found. I don't know, but it's just dropped form. It's so sad that all of them had to drop form at once. How bad it is for Pep Guardiola right now. I think the only person that had done well in the defense for Manchester City is Ruben Diaz, and you can tell about that performance that he had against Crystal Palace. So going into the ESPA prediction for this one, I'll go for a way over 3.5 goalkeeper saves. A way over 3.5 goalkeeper saves. Andre Onana will be tested. So it is left to be known if he will stand that test. If you make some saves, and I'm sure that if you make loads of them as well. Over 3.5 saves for Manchester United. Or if you don't want to go for that, you can go for Manchester City over 12.5 shots towards the goal. Over 12.5 shots towards the goal. Once again, I'll say this, that all of these predictions that I'm giving to you, all these markets can only be found on OneXBet because it is one of our bookmakers right here. That is what we use right here at Bet and Show. So you can head to OneXBet because we're getting comments from people saying they cannot find some of these predictions on some bookmakers. That I'm telling you right now. So to find these markets, head straight to OneXBet. That is where you definitely find them. Now, away from the Premier League, let's look at the midweek encounter that is as well happening in England. It is the EFL Cup knockout stage yet again, and Tottenham Hotspur will be happening against Manchester United. Whatever happens against Manchester United and Manchester City, Manchester United will be aiming to either capitalize on it or bounce back from it. They are on disadvantage in this one because both games sees them playing away from home. The one against Manchester City sees them playing away from home. The one against Tottenham Hotspur also sees them playing away from home. Tottenham Hotspur this season under Ange Postecoglou, I don't know. They've not really been there. Today, they play a giant, they win against a giant. Tomorrow, they play against a mediocre team. They do not perform. It is just, a whirlwind around Tottenham Hotspur right now. But against Manchester United, which is another big game, I think Tottenham Hotspur will definitely perform in this. Will Manchester United beat Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Nope. I don't think that is going to be happening. So for me, for the full-time result, I'll be going for both teams to score as well. Manchester United will score, so will Tottenham Hotspur as well. With the full-time result at 2-2 in this game. I think this game will be decided by penalties, so I don't think this game will be decided at normal time. So a 2-2 draw in the full time for the correct score. And you can as well go for the ESPA prediction of second half over 0.5 goals, second half over 0.5 goals, or you want to go for over 8.5 corner kicks, over 8.5 corner kicks. So away from the EFL Cup, let's get into the Italian Serie A. We've got just one fixture for this week, and that is Bologna versus Fiorentina. Bologna will take it on Fiorentina. Bologna, really this season at home, they've been good. Yeah, they've had decent run of form at home. Although if you want to look at the overall home performances in the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina is currently number 4 on the table when it comes to home form, and as well away from, they are as well ahead of Bologna. Over time, in this fixture, Bologna has shown that whenever they are playing at home against Fiorentina, they always come out on top. Maybe not all the time, but most of the times, in the recent times, they've always come out at top. In fact, the last time they met, Bologna won 2-0 right at home. But right now, if you look at Fiorentina, they've been good. David De Gea has been good for them. They've, been scoring goals aplenty, good form all around in the Conference League as well as the Serie A, all around generally. So in this game as well, I will be tipping them to take a win. A slight one, actually, not a comprehensive victory. So I'll go for Fiorentina to win or draw. Fiorentina to win or draw because of the fact that they've got good defense. They've got fantastic defenders. So that might actually save them this time around. With the correct score at 2-1, a slim one in favor of Fiorentina. So for the expert prediction, I'll go for over 22.5 fouls. Over 22.5 fouls, being that it is the Italian Serie A. We know how physical it's going to be. And a battle of two teams that are also at their best form at the moment. Also, you can go for over 3.5 cards right there if you don't want to go for the fouls. Over 3.5 cards. Now into the German Bundesliga, we've got one fixture as well coming up this weekend. A big one from our topics, that is RB Leipzig taking on Eintracht Frankfurt. RB Leipzig against Eintracht Frankfurt. That is on Sunday. That is that game. Go straight into the prediction. I see both teams to score in this one. Leipzig, last time out, about 2 weeks ago, they were defeated by Wolfsburg 5-1 right at home. So it is so hard to predict Leipzig to even win in their own home. Although Leipzig at the moment, they are currently 5th, while Frankfurt are currently 3rd on the table. So you might want to say that this is actually going to be a tight encounter. So I don't think anybody will cancel each other out in this game. So I'll go for both teams to score in my full-time prediction with the correct score at 2-2, amongst each other. Nobody's canceling each other out. So for the expert prediction, now this is very dicey. I'll be going for at least a half draw. At least a half draw. Because I know this is going to be a tight encounter. Because I know that there will be lots of goals. But no team will be able to cancel each other out. No team will be able to get past each other in this game. I'll go for at least a half draw, which means there would either be a draw in the first half or a draw in the second half. So at least a half draw. You find this as well on OneXBet. Or if you don't want to go for that one, you can also go for over 23.5 shots towards the goal. Over 23.5 shots towards the goal. And finally, on the ensured zone for today, let's get into the French Ligue 1, where we've got PSG taking on Lyon on Sunday. Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain against Lyon on Sunday. This one at the Parc des Princes. Before we get into the prediction of this one, if you look at some of the last 3 games for Paris Saint-Germain, they faced Auxerre and they faced Nantes. And they struggled to even get a win in both games. 0-0 against Auxerre, 0-0 against Nantes. And you will look at it that what exactly is wrong with Paris Saint-Germain right now? We might want to console ourselves with the thought of saying Paris Saint-Germain are currently doing a rebuild under Luis Enrique. But a Paris Saint-Germain that we know any day, any time against Auxerre will win nothing less than 4-0. But against Auxerre, they failed to score a goal. Against Nantes, they failed to score a goal as well. But now against Lyon, who last season they were in shambles, but this season they've been fantastic. Lyon has really been good. So I think Lyon will want to capitalize on the fact that Paris Saint-Germain has found it difficult to score goals now. Even in the Champions League, they are also not replicating that, Paris Saint-Germain factor that we used to know them to be. So against Lyon, I think it's going to be a tight encounter. So for the full-time prediction, I'll go for another both team to score in this one. I see Lyon scoring against Paris Saint-Germain, and I think, Paris Saint-Germain would as well score in this fixture. So with the scoreline at 1-1, if you're thinking about goals and goals, please do not go for over in this game. Don't go for over 2.5 because it might look like Paris Saint-Germain, they score lots of goals. But trust me, this game may not see more than 2 goals scored in it. So I see 1-1 between both sides at full time in the correct score. So if you want to go for the expert prediction, you go for Lyon handicap +2. Away handicap +2, which means you're giving Lyon 2 goals ahead, and which also means that Paris Saint-Germain, even though they're going to win, they're not going to win more than 2 goals. So which means Lyon handicap 2. Or if you don't want to go for the handicaps, you can also go for under 3.5 goals under 3.5 goals. So guys, here are our predictions right here on the Short Zone for this week. Don't forget, all of these markets can be found on OneXpert for those of you that are looking for where exactly to get all these predictions from. Head straight to OneXpert, and as well, you find the predictions there. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more amazing content. Also, drop your comments on our prediction and drop your comments on your experience regarding our last week predictions. Don't forget to as well visit Bet and Short on our website at www.betandshort.com. As we told you, there are lots of predictions that you can find right here. Predictions of any categories. You want correct score, you want halftime, full time, you want straight draws, you want anyone. Highest scoring, we've got them right here at Bet and Short. Once again, Bet and Short at www.betandshort.com. Thank you so much. My name is Tim, the Sports Talk Guy. Until next time, when I'll be back right here again. Remember, right here at the Short Zone podcast, we just do not predict the future. We enjoy it. See you next time, and bye-bye.